You know that was gonna be Adolf Hitler's like ice cream branch.
Like Nazi cream?
Yeah.
Oh, Nazi cream.
The sprinkles are
little German.
they're shaped.
Little German boy.
No, little German boy.
Do not go get the Nazi ice cream.
Hitler stands be like, he was a great painter. No, he was not. He sucked.
I didn't see his paintings.
His paintings are trash.
I did. I was fooled into liking them.
The one that everyone posts is like, this is like, yeah, you just liked this painting, huh? Hitler made this. It's like, bro, he painted a stairway and then started putting windows on the house behind it and then got confused when he realized that one of the windows intersects with the stairway. So there's just a stairway on top of a window in that painting.
They look fine. He draws better than I can.
You know
This
what?
is
You're
true.
right. We go too hard on Hitler.
Hitler's a better artist than I ever will be.
I'm really glad I'm recording this Hitler conversation.
So what's your deal with Hitler? Why are you so fucking weirded out by him?
I hardly know her.
Can we not talk about these things, Sam?
Huh? Can we not talk about Adolf Hitler?
You used to be able to make jokes.
What happened to this country? What happened to talking about Nazis online?
You know the
We don't do that anymore.
Why
this
do we
does
never
not-
do that anymore?
One incriminating conversation later.
I don't give a fuck, dude. It's a 2-hour long podcast. Just skip the ad. None of this
I'm
is
gonna
going
skip
in
your
also
funeral
because I
when you
don't-
die with a bullet by a gun licensed under me.
How do you think? How do you think? How do you think? How do you think gun licenses work? Do you think gun
you
license?
buy it and you sign it,
think
and then
a
they
gun
sketch your
license-
name into the side of it.
You think a gun license is the same thing as when you license music for a fucking TV show? You fucking moron.
Yes. You buy the gun and you have to lease it.
You gotta renew the subscription once per month.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
that's all.
Winchester, whatever.
Hey, you guys are saying that, but that's how it works in MGS4. The future
Oh
is
my
scary.
god! You think the world is like Metal Gear?
Every time you kill someone, you get the gun owner has to get royalties for the body.
Oh, God.
Yeah, dude, that's the big twist of MGS4. Liquid controls guns of the Patriots, and then everybody's guns, their subscription ends, and nobody can shoot them.
Is there?
Awesome.
I don't know anything about Metal Gear. Is there?
I hate that that's such a concise way of explaining what actually fucking happened in that game.
I'm dead ass.
Is there a man that can control piss?
No.
I don't think so.
Then what's up with the guy that pisses
He
and
can
shits
control
himself?
bullets. Oh, that's
That's Johnny.
funny.
He's Meryl's husband.
I guess he can't control. That's kind of the opposite. He doesn't have control.
You're very intolerant.
Yeah.
They retcon like him pissing and shitting himself.
Did
He does that because he doesn't have any nanomachines. So Johnny's the reason they managed to beat the frogs, which is not a word for French people. It's an elite squad of sexy
Oh
women.
my god!
Because Johnny doesn't have any nanomachines, so Psycho Mantis. No, sorry. Flying Mantis? It's like his daughter. Fucking, it's not Psycho Mantis.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Ed,
It's
Snake in
she's part of the
MGS4
beauty
is
and-
old Snake. The word solid Snake minus is being. Fox Knight
So, yeah.
created to kill him mutates into a weapon that kills the world in Snake's womb.
So true.
I saw so many people retweet that Kojima tweet and being like, "It makes
You need
so
to kill
much-
yourself, my
No,
man.
people were like, People said
way.
it makes so much sense and I hate it. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? He's
don't-
rambling.
I-
What are you talking about?
If anyone,
I mean, it does.
It was
if anyone
Ultima.
sees that tweet and it makes any degree of sense, they need to fucking take
no, it
drastic
does
action.
make sense because in 4,
Oh
Solid
my
Snake's
God. See,
depressed
that's
because he's
what I'm
old
saying.
and
This
a
is what
rat.
I'm saying, Ed.
Because he fucking he lost all his sense of purpose and he
What
doesn't.
the fuck are they talking about? Is he on about when he says that it kills the world in Snake's womb? I'm sorry.
Because
that
he
can't
has-
make sense.
Oh my
Spoiler
god.
alert.
The womb in fucking Metal Gear is the same as the darkness in Kingdom Hearts. What the fuck are you talking
the
about?
womb in Metal Gear is the same as the beach in Death Stranding. Hey, we should start recording because I
We are
really don't
recording.
have infinite amount of time. We are? Hey, welcome to the Metal Gear
Surprise.
Solid podcast.
Oh, dude, that's like the last thing I want to talk about because I don't know shit about Metal Gear Solid.
It's the first thing I want to talk about. Hey, you guys remember when
No.
Snake was undercover as General Rykov Raidanovich? which was a
Yes.
stand-in for Raiden.
Yes.
And then he was like, oh shit, I gotta infiltrate Volgan's army. I hope Volgan doesn't see through my disguise. And then Volgan shows up and he goes, Rykov, why aren't you in my quarters? And then he's like, you're acting weird. And then he grabs Rykov by the cock and balls and
Yep.
he goes, you're not Rykov.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about this, but I would love to talk about Pod Racer Sebulba instead.
Or how about this? Spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 5. Did you know that the ending of Metal Gear Solid 5 means that Metal Gear Solid 5 is just the plot of white chicks?
Ooh, you cannot say that. You made me so excited. I love white chicks, and this is unironic.
MGS5, because you can customize the medic. If you make the medic black, the plot of MGS5 is the same as white chicks.
Oh my god, dude! I love white chicks. I love white
Julian's
chicks.
thinking about it. Man, he was so mad when I told him.
We don't have time.
We don't.
We don't have time.
The Wayne brothers writing White Chicks 2.
And it's just Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, what are the Wayne
Survive?
brothers even up to? Are they alive?
One of the Wayne's brothers is still doing acting. I don't know about the one that made the movies. Marlon Wayans? No, was it Sean Wayans or Marlon Wayans?
Ed,
Marlon
you got a
Wayans
story.
Oh,
Sean
wow.
Wayans was
Okay,
the guy.
okay. Can't talk about fucking Waynes?
You
Yeah,
can't make
sorry.
jokes anymore.
It's not the Wayne
I'm
hour
vetoing
anymore.
jokes this episode.
I know that Sean Wayans, that's the guy whose cock you see in Scary Movie 1.
Yes.
And then Marlon Wayans is the guy who's actually an actor.
The one who's in
Requiem for a Dream.
oh, he's in Air. Isn't he in Air?
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's in Air.
He's also in Dungeons of Dragons? I don't give a fuck. The first one.
Yeah.
And he gets brutally decapitated in that movie.
Hey,
It's hilarious.
spoiler.
Sorry.
That movie's fucking epic.
It's awesome. The new one's pretty good. I really liked it.
I like the new one.
Yeah, well, I actually hated it, so.
Julian, what the fuck is your problem today? No Wayans hour? No D&D hour? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, how about you tell us what you want to talk about? If you're gonna be such a freaking controlling freak,
Julian always does that. He always loves controlling.
he loves control. He loves
Yeah.
control. You know why he loves controlling others? Because he doesn't have control over his own cocaine habits.
All right,
So true.
Come on, man. I'm never going to beat the allegations like this.
We call him the maestro because he calls every shot.
Oh my!
He tells me when to wake up. Sir, yes, sir. I'm here, Julian.
You had a story, Ed.
What the
You had a
fuck's your
story.
problem, man?
You had
What
a story.
See? What
do you
See,
mean? It was nothing was happening there.
Julian, before joining, said, "I have a compendium
A
of
cocaine
stories." Oh,
I save my stories. I save my stories for whenever I'm, I don't know, on the toilet or something.
What?
I'm very funny.
what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Bathroom? You just
I like to
You
keep
just-
myself
You
entertained.
just sit on the bowl and just start telling a
Yeah.
story to no one.
I don't want to get bored.
Julian, are you okay? Is everything okay at home?
What is he talking about?
What's going on, man? You're cutting everybody off. You're talking about telling stories to yourself on the toilet.
Okay.
Did you fall off the
Who
wagon?
needs stories? I want to talk about something.
Go off.
Go
then.
on, Billy.
Spit your shit, indeed.
I haven't thought about this dude in a while, but when I was a kid, I had this. I would call him a cousin, but he's not a cousin. He was the son of my mom's best friend at the time, like forever ago. I don't know why we just kind of stopped talking. I think it just was like it's just
You
like
got racist.
times. Oh, dude, he was already racist. That's kind of the
Yes.
that's
One of the few things
dude,
you and him had in common,
okay,
I think.
It's not something you choose.
something you choose. This
You're
dude.
born with it.
This dude who I would call my cousin because we were always hanging out at their place. He was maybe 4 or 5 years older than me. And I just had this thought recently while watching the Mortal Kombat gameplay demo. When I was a kid, I remember his mom was making us fucking Kraft mac and cheese. And we were sitting there waiting for our food, and he just looked at me and said, "Hey, Dweebus, can you name all the Mortal Kombat characters?" And I was like, dude, I was like 9, 10. So Mortal Kombat is fucking epic. So I knew all the characters. I just start naming every character in Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Holy shit!
Draman
so
and all.
fucking cool.
Mocap,
Draman,
Draman,
Havoc,
Suhao. Oh my god,
Whoa.
Reiko,
Shujinko, Ashra, Havoc,
Marissa? No, not Marissa.
No.
That's a Street Fighter character. There's one.
dude,
Serena.
Serena.
That's what I'm thinking of.
What's the one? What's the?
Hey,
Dude.
Sheena, how are you doing?
What's the one that's like he looks like Ken?
Okay,
Do you
cool.
remember? Cobra
Checking
with
in.
a K. Either way, I just name all of them, and then he just like he's like holding his chin and looking at me like with with intent, and then he just says, "Man, you're a fucking loser."
Then why did he ask?
I thought he was gonna do like the SpongeBob thing, like you forgot the pickles. I thought he was gonna scratch his chin and go,
No.
impressive.
No,
You
he-
forgot Bo Raicho.
Oh, what a fucking asshole, though. He would always do that shit. He always be like, "Hey, man, do you know this nerdy shit?" And I'd be like a kid, so I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's how you do that in the game." And then he'd be like, "You're a fucking loser."
Dude, you know what that is? That's a less illegal way of doing what Mr. Wiz was doing. Like, the owner of Evo would go up
what
to
are
kids and be like, "Hey, I bet you $20 you're not going to show me your cock." And then they'd go to the bathroom, the kid would show him his cock, and then Mr. Wiz would go, "Man, you're gay," and then give him $20 and leave.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy. None of that's going in.
What? Why not? Why not?
Oh, what, now Julian wants it. Julian, you
That's
were the one.
funny. And also, like, presumably widely reported on.
Yes, it is. He's no
So it's
longer
not- it's
running
not like-
No
Evo.
shit, it's wildly
not like
reported on. You
But
think it's something like
it's not
that?
like it's fucking slander. Why would you censor that?
Because it's bringing my freaking vibes down, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I apologize to Mr. Wiz's estate.
Apologies to all the whiz stands in the audience
The
for that one.
wizards.
His name was Mr. Wiz, and he would look at penis. That's kind of funny.
That's
now
true.
that's
That's
staying
true.
in.
That's the one. That's the one, baby.
That's the title.
My cousin Scott was a fucking weirdo because he's like, I mean, wait, so he's like 32 or something. How old am I? 26. So he's like 31, and he's in prison for selling drugs to kids.
God damn it. Why would you sell drugs to kids, man? Sell them to me.
Yeah,
and
sell them-
Julian.
Well, there's no
fucking
shortage.
true.
It's so weird. There's no shortage of adults. Why are you going to kids for drugs? They don't have money. Adults have money. What are you
Hey,
doing?
don't fucking hate on him for hustling. He's trying to break into
What do
a
you
new
mean
market.
hustling? He's hustling to like.
He sounds like an
14-year-olds.
enterprising young man, and you are getting in the way of
Speaking
his
of
ambition.
enterprising, one time, it was a summer, and I was just hanging out at his place. We just got out of the pool, and we were with his other weird, fucked up little creature friend. I say fucked up creature friend because that dude was a goblin IRL. He was so fucking weird, and he would scamper around on his like 4 legs. And
Okay.
dude, I
want to meet that guy.
I just remember there was some dude. He was a bully. He was not a very nice guy.
And he sold drugs to minors.
Yeah, that was not cool of him, I think.
And he didn't know who Havoc was.
that one day, what he did was he told us that we were gonna go hang out with one of his friends. Me and the Goblin were like, "Oh, okay, we'll go we'll go hang out with the guy." And we went to this dude's house, and we got in, and then the person who answered the door was this dude's mom, and she was like, "Oh, he just went to the convenience store, but he might be back in a little bit. Do you guys want to wait for him inside?" I mean, first of all, red flag.
What? Under what circumstances
It's kinda
is someone
weird.
inviting you? No, it's not.
It's kind of weird if you don't know the fucking parent. What are you talking about?
You are weird for thinking that's weird.
I think it's weird. I think it's real fucking weird.
Parent.
So what? Do you know how many parents get caught for doing some really terrible things? What
There
do you
is
mean?
nothing abnormal about a parent offering kids to hang out inside while waiting for their kid to get home. There's nothing weird about that.
What happened was not that.
Okay.
We got inside, and then Scott just turned to us, and he was like, "Okay, so here's the thing. We go inside this other kid's room that we're in his house, and then it's like, okay, here's the thing. This kid, he's a total dweebus, and I fucking hate his guts. We're gonna steal his bike, and I'm like this kid, and then I'm just being told that we're actually in a heist movie. And like he didn't even know this kid that well. All he did was bully the kid and know where he lived. And then when we went to his place and he saw his mom, he was like, "Oh, is he home?" And then he took the opportunity that he wasn't there and he decided it was time to steal his bike. He made me go talk to his mom.
What?
His mom was in the kitchen, and it's one of those kitchens with an open fucking window, right? I was really young. I was 8.
What are those kitchens with a window? You might not have
no,
these
like
in Europe.
those big patios. Those
I
like
get
big
ya.
patio windows, and the bike was like right there. So he was like, "Go talk to distract the mother."
The kind of house that had doors in it. You might not be familiar with these if you don't live in Europe.
That's just my joke. Billy, continue. Ignore the cokehead.
I guess I'll do it because Scott is super cool and he tells me I'm a loser. So I just went and started chatting up the mom, but I was 8, so I didn't know what the fuck to say. I was just like,
Hey, baby. Things around these parts.
Do you know about Bakugan?
no, I just remember I just went up to her and I was like, "Hi, do you have a pool?" And then she just turned around at the patio and was like, "Yeah."
Good talk.
I was so young, and then while that was happening, the two Goblin and Scott Scott and the Goblin just went outside and took the bike and left. And then I didn't know.
They left you there?
Yeah, I didn't know when to go.
Oh.
So I was just like, the worst part, they didn't even leave far. They just left the house and didn't come back for me. And they were just waiting for me in front of the house with that kid's bike. And I was just there talking to the mom. And then I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. So I was just like, okay, bye. It's just fucked off.
Cool.
I just fucked off back into this kid I didn't know's room, and I just sat there.
Yeah, I've
at
been
one
there.
point, I remember getting tired, and I just left back outside because I saw them throwing rocks at the window.
What the fuck is
Dude.
wrong with these kids?
Scott is fucked up. Scott was a
Yeah.
bad seed, bro.
When
Scott
he
was
He was a bad apple.
he was a bad seed.
If you were 8 at the time, does that mean Scott was like 15? Or
Yeah, he was
man.
way older than me.
Wait, no, you're 26, he's 31, he'd be 13.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter really. He was still way older than me. Like in
Yeah.
kid age, like 5-year difference is a lot.
He was, I mean, whatever. He might have been like 47. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I think Scott was actually like in his 50s and stealing a bike. Either way, at one point,
How
they
I'm trying
start
to be.
throwing rocks, and I just like stop looking at this kid's GameCube games, and I'm like, okay, time to go, I guess. And I just leave this house. I just leave, and the mom is still doing shit in the kitchen and like looking at me leave from the front door.
Why were you allowed to just hang out with people at 8 years old? I feel like that's a bit young to just be fucking around the neighborhood.
Because it was like a closed neighborhood, right?
I don't know.
I've never known anybody else who was in a closed neighborhood like that. And my parents were like, well, he's like 15. He's going to take care of this kid.
Wow.
That's how I see it. But I think that was a bad idea. Either way.
No. Why would you say that?
Either way, we get out. And then Scott is like, okay, let's go to the convenience store parking lot and do donuts on the bike. And I was like, okay.
He said yes.
I was 8. What do you fucking mean? I was 8. I just go.
Billy heard fucking we're gonna do donuts on this bicycle, and he was like,
Whoa! Yeah, I was like, no fucking way. And I
That's
just
fucking awesome.
He was like, get on the bike and do some donuts. I ate shit. I started crying because I was 8.
he just gave you the bicycle. Was like, do some cool shit, and you just fell over and cried.
He would always do shit like that.
I know. It's
He's
just,
such
it's just a very, very
such
funny
an
image.
asshole. Dude, get on the bike and do some wheelies. Okay. I mean, that was how I was as a kid.
Yo, do some cool shit.
Do some shit. Entertain us,
and you
monkey.
fall over, and that's the end of it.
Literally entertain us, monkey boy. And I was like, okay.
funny.
And I would get on the bike and eat shit. And then he'd be like, ah, you fucking loser. You ate shit. And then I'd be crying.
You fucking you live to serve, clearly.
I just remember at the end, after that, we went inside, we got like candy because we had a bit of change from our parents. And then he was like, I'm tired of this bicycle.
I'm sick of this shit. Ugh.
At this point, I was like, oh, are we bringing back his bicycle? And then he started laughing. I was like, oh boy.
You're not. That dude's never seeing that bike again.
That I think he did because I don't know actually.
I think he did because Scott's in jail.
I mean, if that kid's listening right now, Scott stole your bike and I was accessory.
When Scott was finally brought to jail, all of his belongings were repoed, and they found the bike there. So he'll probably see it sometime soon.
He was like, "Okay, let's drop off his bike to him," because I remember I was like, "No, we have to bring his bike back. We can't do this to this guy." And he was
Saving
like,
Private Ryan.
"Yeah, no." Like I at that point I was firm. I was like, "No, we are not stealing this." I say as an 8-year-old
You're
to
so
this
brave.
14-year-old.
You're so brave.
He was really condescending, probably because he knew I was a dumbass kid, and he was just like, "Okay, no, fine, we'll give him back his bike. I know the drop.
Damn.
I'll put it. Oh damn! I know
damn,
a place. I know a place where he always drops his bike off. We'll just drop off his bike there, and then we went to the park. We went to the park, and
you bought it.
Yeah, of course, I was 8.
That's so funny.
He took the bike and threw it in the bush.
Wow.
He just threw it in a bush, and then we went back, and the entire time I mean, I was a dumbass kid, but I knew what we did. I knew what we did was not nice. And then Goblin Child went back to his home, and I went back with Scott, and we ate corn on the cob. But while I was eating corn on the cob, I was looking at him, and I knew he was not the person I once knew. He grew as a person, and I did not like the person he grew up to be.
Sounds like a good day.
It was actually pretty awesome. We had ice cream.
Yeah.
That is.
And
awesome.
then we went to the pool.
What about the bike kid? What did he have?
No bike.
Not a bike.
Dude, what
I was waiting
if
for
I
it.
was just thinking about it. I was just thinking about it like, man, where the fuck is this guy now? And I just like looked up his name and he's in jail.
Yeah, I think
It's always good.
I think Scott may have had some antisocial behaviors, but I'm not sure.
He was
Like anti-bike behaviors.
I didn't know this, but apparently you're allowed to adopt a child as a single parent. I didn't know that. Yeah, no.
Why would you not be able to?
You just have to prove that you're able to.
Make some donuts.
If you don't fall over and cry, you're allowed to adopt a kid.
Oh man.
You show up to the adoption agency, they hand you a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Get all the letters.
Sorry, Billy, you can't adopt, unfortunately.
I don't want to adopt. He's gonna end up selling drugs to kids and stealing bikes and throwing them in bushes. That guy was an asshole.
Then he's gonna make me try to do a cool stunt and I'm gonna fall over and cry.
My own adopted child will be like, get on the bike and do some donuts, Dad. And I'd be like, okay.
Going to the fucking orphanage and finding the perfect child and then watching them like having them watch you leave in tears because they gave you downhill jam. That sucks.
His name was not actually Scott. I just thought it was a funny name.
Oh, thank God.
No offense to Scott Stans.
Also,
Don't worry.
Drop him.
Don't worry, Scott. If you need a parole officer, I got you.
Parole officer? What are you gonna do? Stop him from selling drugs, bro?
Stop him from stealing bikes, dude. The drugs can stay. That's the least of his worries.
Is that how he got caught? You think he was stealing bikes still?
He was doing donuts on a stolen bike.
could you imagine years later, the police come up to him and say, "Hey, we know what you did. We found the bike, man."
Found the bike. They just found the bike in that one bush,
Yeah, we're taking.
and it had.
Is that how they approach them too? There's no like, sir, do you have a moment to speak?
Scott answers the door with a bike-shaped stomach.
The entire PD, the entire PD knows. So anytime he walks by an officer, they just whisper him to like
Bike
a fucking
freak.
NPC in Skyrim, being like, "Hail Sithis."
What did you say at the end? Hail Sithis?
Hail Sithis?
What the
Yeah,
fuck is
same type
Sithis?
shit.
It's Talos, isn't it?
No,
Isn't
this
Talos the
motherfucker
god?
didn't play the Dark Brotherhood quest line.
I did. It was a long
Dude,
time
you
ago.
know
You
what?
had to kill someone at the end.
You know what, Julian? Just for that reference, Scott would call you a loser.
Yeah.
No.
And then do
He
donuts
would.
on
No,
your
he
grave.
wouldn't.
He would be like,
You
go do
know,
some donuts.
if I was on a bicycle, I would do a fucking awesome wheelie and then a pop shove it. I'd figure out a way to do it on the bicycle.
Wait, Dark Brotherhood. That's
Everyone
the shit
would
with
clap.
That's just shit with Cicero. I'm remembering.
Wow, you
Yeah.
would really impress Scott and the Goblin.
Yeah, I
Scott and the
would.
Goblin.
That sounds like a fucking band.
Yeah. I'd listen to that shit.
Joe Dante's Small Soldiers from 1998 is one of my childhood favorite movies. It is crazy nostalgic for me, and lately I've been craving some of that sweet nostalgia juice. Unfortunately for me though, it isn't available on streaming in my area, but fear not. ExpressVPN is here to save the day. All I had to do was click that big button and I was in Ireland watching absolute childhood kino. By rerouting your network data through a secure encrypted tunnel, ExpressVPN can make streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu think that you're in another country and lets you access their library of content. And that's not all. Did you know that your internet service provider knows every single website you visit and they can sell your information to ad companies and tech giants? Well, because ExpressVPN reroutes you through their secure network, you don't have to worry about your ISP seeing or selling that activity anymore. CNET and Tech Radar both rated ExpressVPN as the #1 best VPN thanks to its increased transparency efforts and solid commitment to privacy. So why not give it a try? Protect your online privacy by visiting expressvpn.com/pstpod today. That's expressvpn.com/pstpod and you can get an extra 3 months for free. expressvpn.com/pstpod. Some of you probably know this already, but I got married recently with a man from the US. Yippee! But I live in a French-speaking province in Canada. There lies the problem. He doesn't speak much French yet, but I'm very glad for this episode's sponsor, Babbel, because it is making his language learning experience so much easier. Babbel is a language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions, and it's a super easy and fun way of learning thanks to its bite-sized language lessons. What's great about Babbel is that the lessons are built around real life. You learn how to have practical conversations about travel, relationships, business, and it's super useful for my husband now that he lives here. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, German, and more. There's a bunch of ways to learn and sharpen your knowledge with Babbel. In addition to the lessons and courses, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months, baby, for the price of 3. Just go to babbel.com and use promo code PSTPod. That's BABBEL.com, code PSTPod. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel.
Scott and the Goblin. It was animated by the guys that did Slippin' Jimmy. You guys know about Slippin' Jimmy?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So they did like a oh, you don't know about it, Billy? It's a fucking spin-off of Better Call Saul, but it's animated by like the big mouth people, and it's like Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman.
This is real, by the way. He's not gaslighting.
It's Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman in like elementary school, and they just fart all the time.
No, it's not. That's not real. That's not real.
Anyway, I'm gonna post it in general. Here's Slippin' Jimmy fart fetish scene.
No.
What the fuck is this?
It's Slippin' Jimmy fart fetish scene. Oh god, it's animated like a Yo Mama video.
It is.
Oh,
well,
it
I mean,
is-
it's
it
just,
is
it's just
animated.
cheap rig animation.
Oh, why? No!
Billy, don't look. Don't look.
Woof. That smells awful. Why did she fart frogs?
I don't know.
I'm really proud of Jimmy McGill's fucking actual, what's his name? His actor?
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Bob for not taking this
Why is she farting so much?
because it's hot. You don't fucking get it, okay?
It's so fucking hot, dude. Every time we have one of those like things where we just send each other WebMs or MP4s or whatever, I sort by like file types. Like
You
find
sort
them,
by fart types.
and like it sorts all the same files alphabetically. And the first one every single time is Sonic and Knuckles, but they're really fat and they're just farting at each other. And I need to delete that video. Because every time we fucking were about to do it, I'm just like, this video's not funny.
Why do you have
Why
that?
the fuck do you have that downloaded?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna say, you just mentioned that you have that video right after showing us a Slippin' Jimmy fart fetish scene. There's something here.
Something wrong with
what
you,
just
man.
fuck
Be
is
like
he
the rest
cooking?
of us, dude. Just go on YouTube and watch Pet Crab eating chips or something like a normal human.
Sorry, I'm looping chimpanzee gets electrocuted.
I love
All right,
that
come
video.
on, man. Come on.
Videos. Oh, just come on. That video is super funny.
It's really funny. Dude, the way he hits his head on the way down.
Guys, come on. We are not. This cannot go in.
What? Of all the things that can't go in, we can't say that chimpanzee getting electrocuted.
I don't want to put that out there.
Sounds like animal abuse. It's sad.
It is.
It's not animal abuse. The monkey did it to himself, and that's not a
The
joke.
monkey really did it to himself.
That
yeah.
actually
This is
happened.
not. This is not. We're just.
That does not sound right.
We're just talking about snuff videos right now.
It's not snuff. It's an
not
animal.
stuff. It was a chimp that was stuck, like he was hanging from like a telephone pole, and like a bunch of firemen put up a ladder to try and save him, and then he touched like an exposed wire and then shocked himself.
Ed, I'm deleting that.
I sent Julian the fart video with Sonic and
Ed,
Hedgehog.
I can't delete that. Please delete it.
Sorry, let me send you the GIF version so it plays automatically.
Oh God, can we move on? Fuck's sake.
Can we? Ed, I will fucking report you if you don't get rid of that.
I deleted it.
Okay.
it. God forbid men do anything.
I like the Julian core videos. I don't know how to describe what they are.
Oh, the one oh yeah. So Julian can send people like, oh, look at this funny video of like a 2-year-old being beaten to death with hammers. But God forbid one chimpanzee gets electrocuted accidentally.
I did not know that's what Julian Core was.
That is not a video that I posted.
I thought Julian Core was like a goose stepping really fast with epic music playing in the background.
That's my shit. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Getting weirdly defensive.
I know. I assumed this was all just gonna get cut.
Oh no, not at all, dude. Because me and Billy just figured out the next guest for next episode.
Yeah, dude.
It's the guy that animated the Sonic and whatever. Who's the red one?
Knuckles.
Oh, thank you. I kept calling him Hedgehog. I kept saying Sonic and Hedgehog.
It's not. It's
What a fucking horrible day. What a horrible
Stupid.
fucking day.
It's
My favorite duo, Sonic and Hedgehog.
Oh, dude, that guy's almost as good as Scott and the Goblin.
I was so confused when I bought Sonic 3. Who the fuck is this Knuckles guy they keep talking about?
Oh my God.
This is Hedgehog.
I don't think he's even a hedgehog.
Oh, no, he's not. No, he's the animal that can fly.
And the kid knows.
What? Can echidnas fly?
No!
Because knuckle fly.
They glide.
They glide?
They glide. They don't fly.
Dude, they do not
Wait,
look
echidnas can
aerodynamic.
glide? They do not look aerodynamic. If I caught a fucking echidna on the ground and threw it, ain't no way.
It would get electrocuted and hit
dude.
its head on the way down.
This is reminding me. Do you guys know about that feature on Google? Where like if you look up an animal, you get like a 3D model of that animal?
No,
Yeah.
that sounds
Okay.
funny.
Yeah.
That sounds
Look
funny
up-
for
it's
no
awesome.
reason.
Julian,
we did
Google
that.
ostrich.
Didn't we do it? Didn't we
right
do
now.
that like... I swear we did that like a few episodes ago.
Wait, why isn't it doing it?
Mine is doing it. I'm looking at a goat.
All I have is a button that lets me hear the sound an ostrich makes.
No, scroll down. So, I don't know if you guys are aware. Are you guys familiar with... Billy, there's sound coming out of your mic.
What?
Billy is suddenly in the jungle.
He's immersed. He's immersed.
Oh, I'm in the
He's
jungle.
looking at
Give
an
me a sec.
ostrich.
No, it's a goat, dumbass.
Sorry. But yeah,
Dude, goats are smaller than you think when they're in your room.
and when they're in your tummy.
Oh, you can
I
have
don't
a
know about
Pomeranian.
that.
But yeah, like 2 weeks ago, Charlie came to visit me in Brussels for like 10 days. And for one of those days, we were like, let's just go on a vision quest. Let's do tons of drugs and then stay inside and try to freak each other out. It was me, Charlie, and then two of my friends, two of them that were present during the Children of the Bjorn incident.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, we were the exact same crew from the Children of the Bjorn episode. Look at that.
Come back together, part 2.
Yeah, the
The
band's
gang's
back.
back.
But yeah, so it was me, Charlie the misogynist, and the Estonian guy doing tons of drugs. And I was telling them about the fucking like, oh, you know, if you Google an animal, you can like it'll give you a 3D model. And two of them were like, dude, shut up. And then the Estonian guy was like, no, yeah, that's true. And then you can also like fucking like you could put it in your room. And I was like, no, you can't. And then like I kept fucking looking up ostriches and then opening the app and then just crawling around my room to try to get it to come out. And then the misogynist was like, dude, I don't want to see what this is going to look like. This is going to fucking freak me out. And I was just like, no. It's going to be like fucking... It's going to be... No, don't worry, dude. It's going to be like iPad, you know? Like, it's going to be
Like
in my room.
iPad.
It's going to be like in my room, in my screen. It was like, oh, it's in your screen. I thought you were going to like project an ostrich. Like Tupac.
I'm gonna Tupac an ostrich real quick.
But yeah, and then I kept trying to do it like in my apartment, but for some reason there was something about the lighting, or maybe I didn't have enough room, but it would like reject the floor I would show. And then we were like, dude, this fucking sucks. It's not working. And then we went out to the balcony and I was like, let me try this shit again. And then I was like trying to find the floor because he keeps saying like, oh yeah, scan the floor, then hold the phone straight and it'll work. Most of the time it didn't work. And then I was trying outside. They were all like smoking cigarettes and just looking at me. And then the fucking ostrich popped up for like 2 seconds and we all freaked out.
He's there.
Did you? Was it a good
It's fucking
freak out or a
awesome.
not good freak out?
No, it was a great freak out. No, but all we did was like try to fucking psych each other out. At one point, we just like when we were peaking, I put on death grips at like full volume through my soundbar.
Oh God, why?
And whenever like one of them would leave to go smoke a cigarette, I would change where Kojima would be placed. The best one was I placed them right behind my shower curtains.
For people who don't know, he just has a Kojima life-sized fucking.
Cardboard cutout. I love Metal Gear. I love being in the womb.
What?
Whatever, man.
Julian, it's smart. You don't get it.
I really don't. I can honestly say I don't.
Man, that week with Charlie was fucking stupid. One of my favorites was he got in an argument with a Polish homeless man outside of McDonald's.
Why?
And-
What were they arguing?
Why?
How did that start, first of all?
He was we were getting McDonald's and we were very drunk. And then this Polish homeless man was like, American. And Charlie was like, yeah. And then the Polish homeless guy started like telling Charlie about American history, like the 1800s and all that
What?
shit. And then Charlie was like correcting him or whatever. And then the fucking,
What?
And then the Polish guy grabbed him by the shoulders and started like yelling something that wasn't in French anymore. And Charlie, instead of going in a fight or flight, or I guess this was his fight or flight, Charlie started rubbing his bald head. And then he said, and then Charlie said, Magnifique, excellent.
Oh, Charlie. What?
Madness.
You card. What the hell?
That's cool. Did it diffuse the situation?
Yeah, it did. We just got our
How
food
the
left.
fuck would it? How the fuck would it diffuse? I feel like it would do the opposite, but man, I guess that Polish guy just really liked.
I think the Polish guy
The
was so
rubs.
confused that they did not know how to process that. If I had to
Mesmerized.
wager.
To be fair, if you want to get out of any situation, confusion is your greatest ally.
Yeah, tends to
Ain't
be.
no way. Nobody knows what the fuck to do once you confuse them. They're gonna be like,
That, wow, truer words never spoken, Billy.
it's just, I don't know. Like if I get in the, if somebody
People
wants,
become really, really positive whenever they get happy.
if somebody wants to fight me, instead of fighting, I'll just like start doing some weird shit. Like I don't know. I'll just start reciting
I've already
Stairway to Heaven.
I've already
I don't know.
punched your fucking face by the time you announced proudly in the middle of the ring that you're about to recite
No,
Stairway to Heaven or something.
If somebody like if a big Polish guy tries to if a big bald Polish guy tries to fight me, I just start doing the 12 idle stance.
What if you just start breakdancing? What are they gonna do then?
Beat the shit out of
That's
you.
what I what I call breakdancing.
Beat the shit out of you, but on the floor. You
No,
know.
it would work. They would be like, "Oh, I didn't know it was that kind of fight," and they'd like join in.
Oh shit! I didn't know you were chill like that, dude. And then they leave.
Fucking DreamWorks
Oh,
movie
man.
gag.
I didn't know you were chill like that. Fuck yeah! And then they just join in. They also breakdance, and then it goes. Doot, 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 doot.
Shut up. I did at one point we were like, guys, we're not tweaking enough. We need to go out and see the real world. And then we thought it'd be funny to make ourselves like uncomfortable. But we left my place. We went out to the center of Brussels at 10 p.m. with all the lights and shit and tons of people, super high on acid. And we were just standing there. And then we'd just be looking around like very uneasy. And then we just look at each other and go, is anybody else like extremely uncomfortable? Because I want to go home. and then fucking the misogynist was like, nah, this is hilarious. Are there any people out right now? Let's go join them. And then we got on a bus to get to a karaoke bar. And all four of us were like, all right, let's fucking calm down so we don't get derested, don't get fucking kicked off the bus. And me and Charlie are standing up. The Estonian guy and the misogynist guy are sitting next to us, and they're sitting in front of the ticket machine.
Yeah.
And then there's this one lady with a luggage, Italian lady, gets on, and she can't figure out how the ticket machine works. Like, she's there for like a full minute, and her ticket won't scan. And she goes away to the fucking driver and asks him. But the moment she leaves, the misogynist leans into my face and just goes, "The fuck was her problem?"
What an asshole! Why?
Killed me. I don't know.
What's his fucking problem?
He was just trying to make me laugh, and it worked. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. And then, like, whenever anybody would just walk past us, he would always just turn to me, like, get in my fucking face and go, "What the fuck was his problem?"
Everyone has so many problems today.
And then we got to the karaoke bar, and dude, I don't know if you guys have ever been in
Yes.
Here's how it works for me. I can be in a public space on shrooms. I need to be in a private space with like 3 people when I'm on acid. Because, dude, public spaces with a lot of stimulation on acid is like, dude, it's like the voices start talking. They're like, everybody knows you're high. Everyone hates you. You should kill yourself and all that shit. So I was like, I was at a karaoke bar, and it was like a shitload of people trying to talk to me. And then fucking, it didn't help that me and the 4 dudes on acid, we kept doing this thing where, like, if one of us started talking to the other one, the other person would like look past them and pretend they're a ghost. What the to freak us out.
Dude, I'm really happy that you're living your college like as a 26-year-old man.
Dude, it's awesome.
Like, it's so
Ed, what prompted your new drug era? What happened?
yeah. What happened?
What happened was,
Did you actually skip like your college phase of drug?
Billy, I was in college for 4 months.
That's so much time to do drugs. You're such a coward.
It really isn't. When your girlfriend cheats on you, and then you're depressed for 2 months, and then
Oh
you
my
drop
god,
out.
that's
Get
when you do
over
the
it.
drugs, moron.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Fuck was his problem. But yeah, all this to say, when I was at that bar, at one point, 21 Guns by Green Day starts playing, and I love that song, but I straight up, like, I got on the dance floor and I started doing the 12 idle dance.
Nobody knows what the fuck the 12 idols dance is, dude.
From Third Strike. Read a
It doesn't
book.
fucking mean anything
doesn't
to
mean
anyone
anything
who's
to
not as
most
terminal
people.
as you are.
It's a good game. You should play it.
This is about to get freaking serious.
I'm
This is
sitting down.
important to
You
me.
know what, Sheena? For this, I'll start recording.
Okay, good. You're gonna want to get this.
Guys, you're gonna want to hear this.
Okay, no, this is serious. Okay. You guys left Ostriches are freaking scary, okay?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
When I was like 6 or 7, like every couple of years, we would go back to Japan to visit family.
Wait, Japan has ostriches?
It was a zoo.
Oh. I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's how you spell ostrich. You asshole. That's a country. Oh.
Did you just type Austria? Well, move on.
What?
So when we went over to visit, my family also like really tried to plan like a nice little adventure while we were there. And on this trip, we went to the zoo, and it was a zoo themed around. I don't know if you guys would be familiar with this character, but his name was Pankung. He's like this chimpanzee that would wear like overalls and ride segways with like a little dog. And he
Like
was so
Curious
cool.
George.
I don't know, but I want to.
But it was like a zoo centered around that guy. I think he like lived there at that zoo. Oh wait, I found a really epic picture. Here's me holding a bear that no one else can see. Anyway,
Whoa!
Is the bear
Listeners, you are
eating a
missing out on
banana?
it's in bamboo.
The bear
Oh, he's
is
eating
wearing a
bamboo.
shirt.
It's a
Yeah.
Star shirt. Your brother is wearing a Cars shirt.
Holy
looks-
shit.
He looks uncertain, and you look so determined. You are holding this gigantic bear the size of you.
Anyway, they had like little things like that where you could interact with animals. It's very cool. And one of the animals was an ostrich, just sitting there under a tree on a leash next to some guy holding the leash. And we walked up to it like,
Yeah.
what do we do? And my mom translated for us. We can pet the ostrich. And I don't know if you guys
No.
have seen ostriches up close, but to me, who is very short, especially back then, tall,
I mean,
dinosaur,
they're
big.
large, like generally, yeah.
I mean, I have one in my room right now, and it's pretty darn big.
Yeah.
Hey, imagine that, and you're trying to pet the feathers. My brother went first because I was a little too scared. Even though he's the younger one, he did it first, and everything was fine.
He watches Cars. He knows what's up.
I stepped up to the plate, and I reached my hand out.
Have you watched Cars at this point?
I watched it with him, but
Okay.
Even
you should have
Cars
been
did
ready
not-
for this.
I didn't do my homework there. That was on me. I reached my hand out, and the ostrich's head slowly craned in towards my direction, and its mouth started to open
What,
wider and wider
was it?
Oh.
as he leaned closer and closer to me.
Was it asking for food? What's this?
In its mouth, I saw
Sheena
the
was
death
the
of
food.
everything.
Sheena,
Jesus.
Sheena was the food.
As it leaned in closer and closer, I finally shook myself free of my fright, and I ran and I screamed and I cried. And from that day forward, I became deathly afraid of ostriches. Okay,
Wait, that was it? That was the story?
yes, this is so important.
Okay.
Ostriches are so scary, and I will not tolerate people laughing at that fact. They are so
Sheena,
scary.
They are.
Sheena,
They're like
this reminds-
geese.
This reminds me of whenever I was like 9 or 10 and I had a dirt bike that was way too big for me and it was really heavy. And for some reason as a child, I was deathly afraid of storm drains because I'd look at them and I'd be like, I could fit in that. If I go down there, if I go
fit in
down
this.
there, then like I'll never come back. So like
2
so
years later, 2 years later, I return. The same ostrich is there. I'm a bigger girl now, and
it's
I
an old
say,
friend.
I can do this. I can do this. And it does
Okay,
the
oh my
same
God.
thing. And I screamed, cried, and ran away again.
You should have brought food that time.
Does it
I-
want food or does
I
it
did not
want?
do my
Cars
homework.
once.
I did not. I was a big girl. I thought Cars was for little kids, but Cars is for warriors.
Cars is for everybody. What the fuck?
I know better now.
I specifically I relate to that because as a kid I was afraid of the storm drains, and so one time while I was riding the bike, I was doing a turn on the road and I stopped mid-turn because my trajectory aimed me directly towards a storm drain, and I locked up and my life flashed before my eyes as my bike hit the storm drain. I fell over, ate shit on top of it, and then the bike landed on top of my mangled body.
Your mangled body?
Yeah, no, my leg and arms and shit got twisted up in the bike.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Men looking like a pretzel.
My ass froze up because I saw myself going towards the drain, and I was like, what do I do?
Ed just sent me a picture of him filming a goat inside of his home, and he's just petting the goat.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I felt really strongly about this.
Listen, it's okay. Speak your truth.
Speak your shit, King.
Finally.
I mean, that makes more sense than my biggest fear is algae. So, there's that.
What? Algae? What?
It's because algae is like, I like swimming in the ocean.
You don't like it tickling your funny feet?
Yeah, I don't like it tickling my feet. I don't like the idea of like I'm swimming, right? I'm swimming in the ocean, then something starts tickling my feet. Then algae just feel fucking gross, dude. Like I'd rather get fucking snipped by a crab than algae.
That's your greatest fear. Is like touching something and it's icky.
Oh, I have multiple fears. I'm gonna keep some of them in the bank, but like algae is one of them.
You said greatest fear. Your hyperbolizing ass needs to start speaking true shit. That is not a greatest fear.
What did you? Hang on, Julian. We got to go back and analyze that sentence.
No, we
Stop hyper ass and speak true shit.
You heard him.
It's not what I said.
You said that. You heard him.
So if you donate enough money, you can ask a question for us on Patreon, but it's only if you give us enough of your money. So
let's say ballpark $5.
Well, we can look. Our people will talk to your people. We'll figure it out.
But usually it's around $5. But you have to have a good question, or else Ed's not nice.
Or else we cancel your subscription.
Or else we'll cover you in algae in your sleep.
What is up with algae, dude?
I wouldn't want to be covered in algae if I went to sleep. He's got a point there.
Ed, the kind of motherfucker who would not have a foot fetish because he would not like being tickled there.
I don't want to like. Here's the thing. I don't want people going down on my feet. I don't want people going down on my feet, but I'm down to reciprocate.
Okay, so we're gonna move on from that.
Rid Schwartz says, if he had the superpower to appear like a disabled / challenged person whenever it was convenient, how would you use it?
We are not answering that.
Can I answer that one?
Gosh.
I don't think we should answer that one.
Well, Billy posted it, so I'm answering it. Well, how I would use it is I would make...
Oh my god. All of that got censored. That's crazy. We're moving on.
Ed.
I apologize to the community.
Oh my god. Okay,
we had big fans.
Stop! I'm moving on. I like this one. Partheon Doom Rider asks, did any of you guys have Bionicles? And if you did, what one was your favorite? Did you know that Bionicle is an allegory for cancer?
I don't care. My favorite Bionicle was the blue one with the glowy green eyes. I think they were a woman, but I was like, ugh! So I was like, my headcanon was they were a cool, awesome fucking guy.
What was the Bionicles? Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say my favorite is the green one from the second generation.
Oh, was the second generation the one where it was like still the little guys but with the masks?
No, the little guys were in the movie. This was the little guys all grown up.
Did they grow up?
Yeah, they were fucking awesome.
Because the Toa, wasn't it the Toa Matal that were like the little guys or whatever? I don't remember.
I just really liked Toa Haldi.
My favorite was the green guy in second gen. He's in the top left.
Yeah, first gen was kind of awesome. Second gen was cooler.
I don't
Second
remember
gen was
the
so
first
fucking
gen.
awesome.
What was the ones that were
first gen's a classic.
Oh yeah, and oh my god,
I came into it with like third gen. I don't know.
Oh, dude.
I just remember like seeing an ad that like showed off all the new Bionicles. Yeah, you know the one. Move along like I know you do. And it was like all of them, and they were like behind gates, and it was like raining and stormy, and I was like, "This is the coolest fucking thing that's ever been made in my entire life."
I gotta really like that one. I like the red one with the like mask that looks like he had like a gas mask looking thing with like an eye thing, and you could turn around, like he had a little gear on the back, and he would like smack the shit out of you.
This was my guy.
Are we still talking about my dad?
This was my fucking okay.
Yeah,
me talking about Ed's dad. That was my guy.
That guy's awesome. what the fuck? Dude, look at this fan Bionicle. They were like, they should make this guy, and he's like the fucking Bionicle warrior.
Yeah, people made fucking crazy ass
Whoa.
Bionicles.
Oh, I remember the Lego magazine. Do you guys remember the Lego magazine? It was so popular. I just remember it had like comics with Legos, like the Bionicle comic in it. And then at the end of the Bionicle comic, they'd be like, look at what these 9-year-olds did with their Bionicle. And then it would just look like the most insane fucking Death Ranger murder night ever. Kids were fucking nuts.
I really
Kids
like
who had way too much fucking money given to them by their parents to buy all the fucking Bionicles. I wanted them. I only had two.
I really liked the villains in second gen. Because the Boroks, if you remember them.
Borok, that's the one. Borok is the one I really liked.
Yeah.
So that one. That's exactly the one. The blue one.
Ass.
So the Boroks were great because I could make him fucking do the 12 idle stance. And then, if they needed to peace out, they turn into balls. And then I had a realization when I was 13 as to why I liked them so much. I just went, "Oh my god, they're just droidecas."
They are. Oh, that might be why I fucking love. Dude, the orange and blue one was my favorite by far because it was. Dude, I love blue and orange. That's such a good that combination of colors is so pretty. And I was always like, "This is the sickest shit ever." I love Bionicles. Dude.
I also around the time I stopped collecting Bionicles was when the third gen was coming out, and I was collecting the evil guys. Do you guys remember what they looked like? They looked so fucking awesome.
I don't know. In the generation that I jumped into,
this is third
weird.
Gen. They looked so sick.
They looked like little reptile things. Yeah.
I had that guy. I think I had the red guy too. Yeah, the red guy. Yeah. In short, never heard of Bionicles. No.
You know what really fucking rocks the movies? I fucking love the Mask of Light movies. They're so fun.
I own all three on DVD. I haven't watched any of them yet. I haven't watched any of them yet.
The Mask of Madanui.
Sheena, what's your favorite Bionicle?
I have a confession.
All right.
I'm actually a big idiot loser and didn't grow
No.
up with Bionicles. I'm sorry, man.
I will forgive you for that one if you watch the movies with us.
Okay.
Okay.
Sheena, it's okay. Scott is beating the shit out of all three of us, and you will be spared.
No, he's probably calling us a loser right now in prison. He's like, my loser senses are tingling.
Oh God, he's gonna fucking show up at my house later with a bike.
He's gonna roll up like a Borok.
Snaxolotl asks, you have to replace one body part of yours with the body part of another animal. Which do you pick and what animal?
I replaced my neck with an ostrich, and I show up outside Sheena's house.
No, not
Creepy as hell.
They're after me. They found me.
Replace my head with a hamster, but it's like real size because I think that would be funny.
Can you?
Anytime
speak?
I look at you, I just look like a fucking dumbass.
But could you speak or?
I mean, sure. It's not really a priority.
Priority number one. Looking.
Whenever I look at you, it's funny.
So
I would give myself chicken legs.
Why? And are they like chicken sized or normal sized?
No, you know how ostrich have like big fucking. I want ostrich legs. It would be fun to go very fast
and
Fun
then
fact
go
about
very
this.
fast towards Sheena.
No, dude.
Imagine Billy's fucking neutral stone face just motion tweeting towards you at high velocity with the ostrich lower half.
It's scary. Like their legs
Only the
are
legs.
their greatest defense mechanism. When they run away from like lions and stuff, they can kick and crush their skull in. And they die.
Christ.
The little dinosaur like creatures.
Someone out
They're
there is
cool.
like, I love ostriches, and we're like, shut up.
I mean, it's okay. They're
Probably Scott, if I had to guess.
The ostrich community is in shambles.
Scott fucking loves ostriches.
I would replace my arms with like spider monkey arms so I could like go like swing around really big and look goofy. That's my answer.
But wouldn't you just have like tiny tiny monkey arms?
My arms are already tiny. They just need to get longer.
Dude, Billy, what the fuck is this guy's problem? Rich Wars asks, would you rather be privileged by law to be able to commit murder or be the only person allowed to have slaves? What is wrong with you?
What is this person?
Dude, This
That's
dude
the same
be like,
person who asked
same
about
guy.
it.
same guy.
Yes. What is
Same
his
guy's
problem?
with disabled.
You're
is
going
he
to
okay?
time out,
Obviously, the
man.
second option.
Man.
I don't like it.
I don't want to kill anyone. Look, man, if you guys have watched Vinland Saga, it just means that they're going to go through a great character arc, and they're welcome.
I don't know what that means, but I feel like that's not true.
Oh, it is. Anyway, we should probably not answer that one. Moving on.
You already did. What the fuck are you talking
The
about?
guy with the hat asks, one animal of your choice is given the ability to speak English, but with Brendan's YouTuber voice. What animal do you choose and why?
An ostrich, and I'm gonna teach it to only say Sheena.
An ostrich, and I'm going to teach it Sheena's phone number.
It can't even dial it. It just knows to say it.
Oh yeah, you know what? You know what it can say? It can say, "Okay, Google, call Sheena." Shout out to everybody's phone who just went off.
Julian, phones. Oh, actually, we don't have phone booths anymore. Never mind. I was going to drop you some fun audio trivia, which is
I
what you
would've-
guys come here for.
I would have ate that shit up.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
Julian, in
shit.
phone booths back in the 90s,
Yeah.
what you could do if you couldn't
Well-
type the buttons, you know how like when you type the buttons in a phone booth, it goes like, like it does like the different tones for each key.
it goes like,
So if you manage to reproduce the tones without hitting the button, the phone booth will input the button.
oh, that's actually cool.
Shit, no way.
That's also how.
Is that
like,
real?
Like, yeah. That's
What?
also like, do you know how like fucking hackers in the early days would like
That's not real.
they would jack into private fucking networks by like putting a phone thing like just taking a phone and putting it into a speaker and then feeding dial tones into it, so they would effectively use the phone as like a
Okay, I just realized something. I think you were lied to. I think
No, I mean,
somebody told
yeah,
no,
no,
no, not you, Ed. I think somebody told you that because they wanted you to go and get a fucking phone and just go.
It looked like a dipshit. Make chip noises.
Yeah, I mean, it would be.
Now
I mean,
calling the fire department.
I feel as though that's probably technically
That's
possible, but
bullshit.
extremely difficult because dial
That's
tones are
bullshit.
usually like two-toned. So like, I don't think a voice can replicate that properly.
You can't do that. No, it's bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
that sounds like
bullshit.
no, I'm not
that sounds
saying.
like I don't know. You
I'm
would
saying
need
if
someone
the
to harmonize
sound
with
occurs.
to make that happen.
Oh, get the Brendan Ostrich.
What the fuck were we doing?
I don't know.
Fucking ostrich, Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan with hyper realistic ostrich.
Let me think, because I said ostrich, but that's just
You guys should watch the movie Hackers. They hack into the mainframe by
ostrich?
putting a phone onto a speaker.
you know what you should watch, Julian? Your fucking tone. Okay, I'll watch what I want. Let me decide an animal.
Let me decide an animal. Let me decide an animal is what all furries go through at least once in their life.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I don't know either.
All right, I've decided. It's gonna be like a really, really fat red one. Knuckles. I want Knuckles, Brendan. Wait, no, that's real. Didn't he voice him in the movie? That was Idris Elba.
No, that was Brendan.
That was Brendan. Brendan is Idris Elba.
Oh man, thanks, Brendan.
I have an answer.
Yeah.
Go on.
I would get a pet dog, and I'd give it the ability to speak English so we can hang out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But
Talk
then it
about-
would be Brendan's voice. It would be kind of
I mean,
weird.
I was gonna be like, I could give my dog a Brendan voice, and then I was like, that's weird. I know Brendan. I don't want my dog to sound like my friend.
Oh, and it sounds like Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to sound like Brendan.
It's
so
like the caveat. That's what stops me from wanting to do it, is that it's like, I know Brendan, so that's weird.
I would go to a zoo, pick a random animal, and give him Brendan's voice, and then
then leave and never check on it.
And then
Yeah.
throw a
See how
child
long it
into the
takes to break
enclosure.
news.
just it's gonna freak someone out. Some zookeeper's gonna be like, okay, Walter, time for your bath, and then
Walter?
Walter the sea otter, and then he would have Brendan's voice and go, oh boy.
I would add a stipulation that only one person who goes to see the animal in the zoo will ever hear the voice.
And then for the rest of their life, they're like, no, I swear to God.
Every time they go back, they hear it again. They can hold a conversation with the animal, but no one else can hear it.
Well, oh, like Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because Dr. Doolittle learns how to talk to animals, I think.
Yeah, that's
Do you
awesome.
think that would freak them out or make them think they could talk to animals?
I think it would make them think that they're hallucinating, which is what
The
I
animal?
want.
Oh wait, I thought you were like, would it freak out animals if you could speak to them?
I don't think anything changes for the animal. I think they just keep saying dumbass things.
No, because then you understand what they're saying, so now you can have a conversation with the animal.
They never said that. They
No,
never
I
said
said
that the
that.
animal. Okay, well.
I said that. What if you could talk to animals? Would they be freaked out?
I don't know.
Would they be like, get on the bike and... Hey, thanks so much for listening. This episode would not be possible without the help from our patrons, such as Alan Diver, Art of Again, Bure, Boopulu, Caffeine Addicted Chemist, Cheese Dreams, Chris Chapman, Christian B, Claire, Dasul Burt, Dreams of Ice, Dubiology, Ducky Madness, DX Studios, Eric Scott Gillies, Ethereal, Fang Jade, Generic Phoenix, Handsome Destiny, Hater115, Jeff Smith, John Requires Lasagna, Kawaii Boy Toy, Leo the Geotech, Loudon Woodworth, Mr. Shirt, Random Diamonds, Samuel, Nothing Worth Mentioning, Smeet Mono, Spherical Nathan, Teague, The Frostace, The Snacksalotl, Winnie Rab, and Will9455. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and thank you again for listening.